Okay, I'm fixing this face part. You know, I had it cut and thought, oh, well, that's good. Working on this face part right here. That's where I had the jawline, and it looked good to me, but now looking at the photo and having that pointed out by someone else, and it needs to be cut up quite a bit. Or at this stage, quite a bit. It's hard to, at this point, it's hard to trust yourself and go ahead and cut off that much. And you can see the line going up there. I can see this side better, so I'll carve that. And of course, that's going to change the neck, his face, makes it look a whole lot better. Get a little bit of a smaller tool that I had handy here, kind of the same radius. It's one of the skew tools, and it'll get up in that corner really well. Really good. And working around, like I was talking about, on those little fuzzies, trying to get those clean cuts. That's one thing I noticed. I was watching a video of some carvings, a club online on Facebook, and I was just noticing that there's not a lot of clean carvings where they really seem to make an effort to have real sharp tools. And when I'm finishing one up, I'll what I'm fixing to do is cut this out over here. But when I get to the finishing part, man, I'll stay on the sharpener a lot, because you want really clean cuts. It makes a ton of difference. You can have a not so good carving, like if you're a beginning carver and just don't do a real good carving, but yet it's clean at the end, it makes a ton of difference, and it makes it look a whole lot better. So I'll spend a lot of time at this point cleaning stuff up as I'm working on stuff, clean it up and keeping tools sharp. See how that popped out of there? That made the neck look better, and I didn't even know it looked bad. I thought I had it down, but no, I didn't. I wish I'd have done a before and after on this. Man, I just realized looking in the camera, you can see a lot of stuff that needs to be done that you can't. It's kind of hard for me to envision. I didn't know that. But I wish I'd had a before and after on his face. Really thinned down quite a bit, but it's just shaving off at this point. Not taking big chunks off at all. And what I've got to do is work the chin around. It's still pretty fat here behind the beard part of the, what is that, Fu Manchu? No, this little deal here, and just kind of go behind it and wrap the jaw underneath it, because the jaw ends, and then there's the beard. that over here. It'll be in a little bit of a shadow though. Get a pretty flat sweep and round off his jawline. This side's pretty rounded. I'm down at this point to kind of the picking stage, just looking around in different places and picking out some stuff to work on. Need to work on this part here, thinning it down, setting the hand in and the fingers. I do have the hand in there at the bottom fixed. Got the legs. Got the back pretty much done, except the back of the headdress. I'll need to work on that. The back of the headdress, I'm just going to thin down. Take my big gouge, work around it. Got a little drag mark, but I'll do that and then just thin it up. Nowhere near what it would be to scale in real life, because then they'd break, but that gives you an idea. And I'll work that around on the end where the back of his head will be. So I'm going to work on that, and that's all I'll be doing, is just doing some gouge work. And some sharpening. So being left-handed, I can go in here and push with my left hand and get this out pretty clean. But then I got to go over here and do the other side. Let me work on this a little bit because it's so easy. So much easier anyway. That's the way I smooth that out. Got this side worked down pretty good. Now to do this other side, I have to get over here, and if I push like that with my left hand, I don't have a place over here to stop. Sounds kind of weird, but like over here I'm in much more control because I'm left-handed. I can do this right-handed, but I don't have much of control because I'm not used to doing it like that. So I have to work a little slower over here, a little more deliberate. I'm using my finger over here so I won't cut it too thin. Got a place right over here where you can see the light through there. It's already so thin. I just really don't have a good solution on getting this, but what I'm carving here would be like a head cover that would go over the head, be made out of leather. Or I guess it could have been made out of cloth, but so you don't have to worry about doing hair. You can if you want to. They can. I guess you can make them make their war bonnets any way you want to. Man, that's gonna be pretty good there. It's not like it's not a realistic piece. It's close, but just doing these feathers, they're kind of stylized, and so this whole headdress is kind of stylized. And this is can be a good lesson on when to stop. Because if you, like this needs a little more taken out, And when you're cutting like that, if you pry on these feathers with the shaft of that tool, they'll break. So my expression for the week is the juice worth the squeeze, because if you're trying to get it just a little bit deeper and you end up breaking the feathers off, well, that's ugly. And I've done these and not carved the individual feathers from the back. I probably will carve them on this one, but I just gotta smooth this down a little bit over here. Smooth it all a little bit. Boy, rains just keep coming. We really needed the rain too. Man, that's pretty close to getting me where the juice is not worth the squeeze. And also on this, you just don't want it, you want it to be pretty sturdy, or I do. Like, I could thin these up more, but I think I'm going to leave them. You can see, you know, it varies. There it's real thin, but I'll get those out a little bit thinner, but not a whole lot, in just a couple of spots. Alright, and right there I'm just using the one side of the tool to carve, and now I'm going to get into a little smaller one. And I'm really not worried about carving deeper, but I just want to get these cuts to kind of clean up. And it will be carved a little deeper, but I'm not, that's not why I'm doing it. Doing it to clean up, not leave a bunch of tool marks there, especially since I was talking about not seeing a lot of clean carvings. And then I wouldn't want to turn loose one that was shaggy looking, especially after making the comment. I'm also thinking about finishing, how I'll get that scruff ball and go in here and smooth all this out, get all these little rough edges out, and got to remember to leave it thick enough so if you beat and bang with that, it won't break them. Next thing I'll work on is this arm, I think. Just need to round it off. Right there, it's rather square. I did have to move this around a couple of times, so to get the hand finally in position right here. He has like 2 fingers, it looks like, holding this. Holding that, and then the others are curved under. So I'm going to draw those on, and I'll carve those. Don't know how this end up in the video sequence, but I'm fixing to quit carving for the day. Got the hand cut in there. It's kind of strange the way he had those 2 fingers, and then the others were under the rifle there. Got the fringe done, top and bottom. Rounded that. Need to decide whether I'm going to carve through there. I probably will. Need set the hand there. just a little bit of work, got that done. I'll probably will go ahead and carve in the feathers from the back. I won't texture them, but I'll just put the lines there to indicate their individual feathers. And we're getting close to wrapping this one up. Also figured out I think he had a possible bag in there, so I carved that in right there. And he had some black hair, I guess horse hair or something hanging down, so I put that in there. And there's a little closer view of the fingers. And we'll just see what tomorrow brings. Going around it with some of these shallow gouges and just cleaning up, getting some of the little loose stuff that I didn't cut off cleanly, just getting that removed. Really not doing any more carving, just kind of cleaning up. It's pretty much done. There's a few places as I'm doing this that I see need some, well, more cleaning up than others, I guess you'd say. Wanting to keep the barrel straight on the way up there. That's going to be the very last thing I do, though. And this is just really detailing it at this point. Pushing those last two fingers back behind the body. Need to hollow out the sleeve underneath the arm. It's easy enough there. Really going for clean cuts at this point. I know I've got that left to carve. I don't know if you can see all this, I don't know how, all this little fuzzy stuff in there. I need to get that out. And that's just what I'm doing at this point. And I'm just going to do that for a while and come back after I've got it cleaned up.